Hi, I'm DeVona Hopkins, and this is my presentation on GroupM India and digital maturity. I'll start with a quick overview of my presentation. This week's case study was on GroupM India, which is the world's largest media investment management company with 40%, approximately 40% market share by the end of 2012. I'll also discuss digital maturity in its three stages, along with some highlighted challenges that include the profile, product, and people and partnerships that Group M India had to address during their digital transformation. Then, lastly, I will discuss this year's annual report. Digital maturity is how an organization adapts to compete effectively in an increasingly digital environment. There are three stages. The early stage is when an organization they discuss or talk about different digital initiatives, but there's no action behind it. A developing organization, they have disjointed actions because digital initiatives are not at the core of their business. And a digital and mature organization, they have digital initiatives at the core of their business. So during the time period of our case study, there was a digital disruption in the advertising industry in India. And this was due to an explosive growth of smartphone usage and increased internet usage as well. And so I classified Group M India as a development organization because they didn't have any firm digital business strategy, but they did have a new CEO who recognized the need for this. And so he began developing that strategy right away. And it wasn't just talk. He knew that his organization, that they needed a culture change to embrace different digital innovation. And so they did have a few things in place, but they weren't quite there yet. And so they did have Madhouse India, which was a step in the right direction, but they were still losing their millennial or younger employees who didn't really see a future with digital at their organization. So they were leaving to go to competitors or new startups. And they also, their clients, they were still using them for traditional print and TV ads, but they were giving the digital business to smaller agencies or startup agencies, digital agency. And so Srinivas, he recognized this and he decided that the vision for the organization was to have digital innovation at the heart of everything they did. And he knew that data was in their future. So they weren't quite yet maturing digital organization, but they were definitely in the process and they were developing those strategies. There were challenges highlighted that GroupM India would need to address to progress in their digital transformation, and they were the profile gap, the product gap, people gap, and the partnership gap. For the profile gap, Srinivas wanted to change their profile to include new digital media strategies. And so in order to do that, they would need to set priorities to build a comprehensive media solutions for their existing portfolio. And so as an initiative, I would suggest engaging social media organizations such as Facebook or Instagram so that they could offer these solutions to their customers. To close the product gap, um, they would have to set priorities to build a new integrated product line because their core product was changing as the industry was becoming more digital. And so, in order to close that gap, my initiative would be to hire more digital specialists or more tech savvy employees that could assist them with reaching that goal. And with the people gap, as they hire these new people, they need to leverage the millennials that understand the industry, where the industry is going, and so they could have a mentoring program that was two-way or reverse mentoring program where the millennials or the new employees were able to provide feedback or suggestions or town halls to meet with them so that they could provide answers or solutions to any of the upcoming problems that would need a digital solution. And as the organization develops or becomes more digitally mature, that would take some time. And so they would need to partner with already mature organizations, and they could use organizations such as Google or an e-commerce organization that can help them get to where they're trying to go. GroupM unveiled its annual This Year, Next Year report, which is its advertising expenditure forecast for 2021. This was unveiled in February of this year. Per the report, India, it will see a major recovery in 2021. The report says that India's advertising investment will reach an estimated growth of 23.2% for the calendar year 2021. Group M India, they expect to regain its ranking in the global ad spends with the organization, and it dropped last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. India, which is the second fastest growing market in the top 10 countries, will be the sixth largest contributor to incremental ad spend in 2021 globally. So things are looking up, and it seems that Group India has been able to implement a digital strategy and are currently digitally mature. I'd like to say thank you for your time today.